Welcome back to the KC Sports Report. As always, I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down the Week 15 matchup between your Kansas City Chiefs and the New Orleans Saints. Final score from New Orleans, Chiefs 32, Saints 29. The Kansas City Chiefs win a tough game on the road in the Superdome to advance to 13-1 on the season, which, by the way, is a franchise best, but the Chiefs won this game, but at what cost? Because Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down in the fourth quarter with a leg/groin injury, and it looks like he's done. I mean, I was looking forward to coming on here after a Chiefs win and just basking in how great it was. It was a good team win. I mean, the offense performed well and the defense did well to match. But at the end of the day, you lost Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so I'm really not too happy. I mean, get it, a win's a win. Every win in the NFL is valuable, and you really need these wins towards the end of the season to build your playoff resume. But at the end of the day, we just lost our starting running back. And on the final play of the game, which was able to go in the Chiefs' favor, Mahomes handed it off to Le'Veon Bell, who just needed a first down to ice the game, and he was shaken up after that play as well. So two of our running backs, our starters, got injured in the same quarter in the same game. I mean, you cannot have that. And I think that Clyde, he's done for the season. I mean, the way that he looked after getting up, he basically had to get carried off the field. I don't even know why they didn't just call in the cart. So that's not good at all. So prayers for Clyde. I really hope he gets better. Not even for this season, just for himself and for seasons in the future, because we're going to need him. And honestly, that hole that now Clyde leaves, it's going to present a problem because Le'Veon Bell has not really made much of an impact on this team. It's funny that I said that. He actually had a rushing touchdown today. The Mahomes kind of just took it himself and then pitched it behind him. Le'Veon caught it and ran it in the end zone. But besides that, that's only his second touchdown in a Chiefs uniform. And he really cannot get a lot of yards. So I don't think it's all of his fault, but I mean, we're going to need him to step up if Clyde doesn't come back. And right now, it's not looking good. But, I mean, what can I say? Going away from the Clyde injury for a minute, Patrick Mahomes is just spectacular. I mean, I don't even know what to say. He didn't throw for 350 or even 4 touchdowns, but he was able to throw for 250 plus and 3 touchdowns, cementing his case for the MVP. And he also put this Chiefs team on his back and helped us get the win. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, because I think that he really doesn't care about the MVP, and he's trying to win another Super Bowl. And at the end of the day, you need that. But, I mean, the defense played pretty well. I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say that 29 points is just way too many to give up, but keep in mind, we are on the road going up against Drew Brees, who is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. I mean, granted, he was coming off of a rib injury, but I mean, Drew Brees was going to make that game close, and that's just a fact. Coming into this game, I thought that it was going to be close, and the Chiefs were fortunate to get this win. The first half ended very crazy. There was a punt return by Demarcus Robinson, who proceeded to fumble the ball into the end zone. A Saints player jumped on top of it, but the ball squeaked out and went to the back of the end zone, where it went out of bounds for a safety. So, I mean, if that Saints player falls on it and recovers it, that's a touchdown. So the Chiefs got very fortunate there, and the Chiefs went into half leading 14-9. At that point, Mahomes already threw 2 touchdowns. One was to Travis Kelce, the other one was to Tyreek Hill. So we had a very good first half, but the second half was a completely different story. I think that to Andy Reid's credit, he did a very good job of clock management. They ran the ball today. Some people might say that it was a lack of aggressiveness, but in my opinion, I think he did a very good job of milking the clock, and unfortunately, Clyde was able to get some yards before he got hurt, but that's a big loss, and I almost want to talk about that in another video, but that could really hurt the Chiefs come playoff time, because you need to be able to run the ball in a cold weather game and in a playoff game. You need to milk the clock, and I'm not sure if Le'Veon Bell can do that. So that Clyde injury, it's big. It really is big. I mean, granted, I don't think it's as big as losing Kelce or Hill, but I mean, at the end of the day, every offensive weapon is important. So that's a big loss. But, I mean, as long as you got Patrick Mahomes, he's going to keep this offensive machine running. And when we saw that today, I mean, there were multiple instances where he was just dead to right, but he somehow found a way to make a play. And that's why he's great. And in my opinion, that's why he's the MVP. I mean, he was able to escape the pocket on a few times when his offensive line just gave up and made some big plays down the field. And ultimately, the Chiefs would not have won if he did not make those plays. That offensive line was atrocious today. He had gotten sacked 3 times in the first half, and he got pressured 13 times in the first half as well. That's just way too many. I get it, Mike Remmers was out, and Eric Fisher was having some back problems, but that's inexcusable. You got to give Mahomes some more time because later in the game, he took a massive hit. Got hit by 2 defenders and got really shaken up on the play. And, you know, I've almost taken Patrick Mahomes' health for granted, but we need that man healthy. We cannot afford to lose any more offensive pieces, specifically the best quarterback in the NFL. You just can't afford to lose that. But switching over to the defensive side of the ball, I was happy. I mean, L'Jarius Sneed got an interception, big-time play. They were able to stop Alvin Kamara. And to me, that was the big question coming into this game. Could the Chiefs defense step up and stop the run? And for the most part, they did. I mean, Kamara did have a touchdown, but that was a receiving touchdown where basically he got good blocking. So, I mean, I can't really complain much there, but the Chiefs did a very good job on defense of limiting the damage. And Steve Spagnuolo drew up some perfect blitz packages and had very good coverage all game long. I think he played a lot of man coverage. I think he played a single high safety look as well. But the fact remains is that Spags was very well equipped to take on this Saints offense. And you know, he's making adjustments, and you love to see it because, I mean, this offense, they didn't look like they had their best stuff today, but they still put up 32 points. And that's why I think that this win was such a team win because you needed every facet of this game. Offense, defense, special teams, everybody had to do their part. Tommy Townsend had a few very good punts to put the Saints back very close to their own end zone. I mean, everybody was needed in this game. And this was a very good win against the second best team in the NFC. I mean, just last week, they held the 1 seed, but they did lose last week to the Eagles. And luckily this week, the Chiefs were able to handle business in New Orleans to escape Week 15 with a win. We're coming close to the playoffs. I know right now I'm not too enthusiastic because we just did lose Clyde, and that's a major loss, but the Chiefs are looking good, and we're seeing the defensive shift. I really think that they played a little bit of prevent defense towards the end, but I was really, really happy with how this defense played in the first half. You kept that potent Saints offense to 9 points, and 2 of those points came off of a safety. So at the end of the day, I have very little complaints from the defense. Could they have played better in the fourth quarter? Sure. But at the end of the day, you're not always going to be perfect. And I think that I've kind of learned this over the years. You're not going to escape every game being perfect. But if you do just enough, if you can do your job, you will find a way to win. And the Chiefs did their job today. I mean, Travis Kelce, he didn't have a monster game by any means, but he was able to get in the end zone. Same thing with Tyreek Hill. And Mecole Hardman, I might add, had a magnificent touchdown catch. Patrick Mahomes threw it to him in the back of the end zone, right on the money, and Mecole Hardman was able to get his 2 feet down for the score, which was a massive point in that game. We needed that touchdown. So, I mean, that's just an example of your playmakers making plays. And at the end of the day, I think that the Chiefs really are in a very good position going into the playoffs. I mean, like I keep saying, that Clyde injury, we don't know if he's going to be out for the season yet. If I was to bet money, I would say he is. He could not put weight on his leg, which did not look good. He practically got carried off, but this team will not stop. And hopefully they win this for Clyde, because Clyde, I mean, as much as I think that I was very critical of him, he did his job. He did his job today. He had like 75 yards or something like that. I mean, he obviously was short of 100, but I mean, the kid was a fighter, and he really did help this Chiefs team win today. And I really hope that coming forward, that injury is not too serious, but I'm praying for you, Clyde. I really am, because I hope that you can come back this season, but if not, I just hope that you heal up okay, because that's a scary injury. But, Chiefs Kingdom, how you guys feeling? I think that this was a very good win on the road against a quality NFC team, and I think that the Chiefs are very poised to go 15-1 and get that 1 seed. And at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask for. The Chiefs were faced with a lot of adversity today, and they were able to overcome it. And that's the mark of a good team. Good teams find a way to win under any circumstance, and that's what the Chiefs did today. I mean, you got guys like Clyde going down. There were some defensive injuries. Actually, no, there weren't, but a couple guys got banged up on a few instances, but they were able to fight through that. And again, this Saints team is good. They're 10-4 now, but they were 10-3, and like I said, they were one of the best teams in the NFC. So there is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of this win. In my opinion, if I was to go down the list of the good wins this season, that goes on that list. That was a very good win in a very tough environment in Louisiana. And at the end of the day, the NFL is a a tough sport week in, week out, and they were able to find a way to get the win. So the Chiefs moved to 13-1 for the first time in franchise history. They're going to have a chance to win the most games in their entire franchise's history. I believe their previous record was 13 wins. They've pretty much shattered that, and I expect them to take care of business next week at home against the Atlanta Falcons. But, again, the Chiefs just have to continue to get better. There wasn't a lot I could nitpick from this game except for the offensive line. The defense kind of sort of giving up towards the end. And, I think the offense has to get a little bit better at running the ball. But, at this point in time, I don't really know what to expect because Clyde was a major part of this offense in just his rookie season. So losing him is a very big loss. And I just hope that Le'Veon Bell can take his spot. I'm really hoping he can, but even Le'Veon Bell got banged up on the final play of the game. So, you never like to see injuries at this point in the season, but the Chiefs have been very lucky this year. They really have. Clyde is really the only major injury next to probably like Mitchell Schwartz that has really affected this team. But the NFL is a league where you have to overcome every sort of obstacle, and the Chiefs are putting themselves in the best position to overcome everything. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for. So, again, the Chiefs continue to get better every week on offense, defense, and special teams. And if that happens, they're going to be a very tough team to beat come playoff time. So, again, the Chiefs did get the upper hand on the Saints today in what could be a potential Super Bowl preview. I'm not really sure if the Saints can get there, and the Chiefs still got to take it 1 week at a time, but these are two of the best teams in the NFL. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams do meet again. But again, the Kansas City Chiefs were able to get this win in Louisiana by a final score of 32-29, proving again that the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, like and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. You can also support the channel through the Patreon and follow us on Instagram. The links to those are in the description. You just listened to the KC Sports Report by Michael Darcy.